You're gonna have like this cloud of doom hanging over your head all the time with the thought of, will AI take my specialty job? What happens if it does? Then I'm homeless. Then I'm homeless. Guys, let's stop the cap. Let's stop lying to ourselves and accept what's going on. I would listen to what I'm talking about. I would do your research on this. If you don't, bro, you're gonna be cooked. You will be cooked. But it's fine because me and all the homies over here are going to adapt and stay relevant, and we're gonna be good. Yo, what's up, guys? So today we're talking about AI and the impact that it will have on filmmakers and videographers. So this is a super serious topic. I highly recommend watching this video and doing your own research. If you don't pay attention to this, you could get cooked and be homeless. But actually, so in this video, I'm gonna give you some advice on what you should do in order to stay relevant in an industry that is inevitably going to be AI driven eventually. So let's get into it. If you don't know who I am, which you probably don't because I have like 30 subs, my name is Justin James. I'm 24 years old. Over the last 4 years, I've worked with some really big artists and clients in the music industry. I've seen a lot of cool stuff, done a lot of cool stuff, and been, relatively successful in this industry. So I'm here today to pass on all of the sauce that I have been collecting in my head over the last few years. So starting with Sora. Now, I don't want this to be a video on, only Sora, what it's capable of and all of that stuff. I want this to be bigger picture thinking, industry talk, what's gonna happen. But obviously, Sora is the elephant in the room when it comes to this topic, so I kind of have to talk about it a little bit. If you don't know what Sora is, it's basically a tool by OpenAI. OpenAI is basically the company that owns or runs ChatGPT. It's valued at $157 billion. And yeah, that's billions with a B. I don't know if that statistic is entirely true, but that being said, you get the point that there is obviously a lot of money, behind this company. So OpenAI just released Sora to the public after a year of beta testing, only some people could test it or whatever. And let me tell you, bro, this shit is cracked. After spending less than 10 minutes inside of Sora, I'm still struggling to formulate words around my reaction to it. I was pissed off, I was excited, I was concerned. So it was a lot to take in at first, but after a few days, I have finally gathered my thoughts. So most importantly, I think it is so important to understand that this is the worst that this program and AI will ever be. Yes, this is the worst this will ever be. And it's already this good. I think it was 2 years ago, the first AI video came out. It was Will Smith eating spaghetti. And it was a complete joke. And then 1 year later, it was bro, this is actually getting good. And here we are another year later, and it's even better. And it's just getting better and better and better and better. It seems like the growth is exponential. Now, I'm no AI expert. I don't know if AI can technically grow and learn exponentially. The point is, it's getting so good, so fast, bro. So that's really all I wanted to talk about with Sora. But now I'm gonna talk about, how we will be affected, which jobs, which industries, which niches, all of that stuff. So first, I think we need to establish the difference between videographers and filmmakers, because I can tell you right away, filmmakers will be affected way more than videographers will be affected, at least short term, 5, 10, 20 years, whatever. Videographers document real life events, whereas filmmakers create and produce some sort of motion picture from scratch. In other words, they think of an idea and then execute it, as opposed to documenting what is actually happening in front of them. Hopefully that makes sense. So what does this mean for filmmakers? In my opinion, the specialist, someone who is a specialist at a specific job, a majority of them will be replaced eventually. It's all going to come down to money. As AI gets better and more accessible, the lower budget and mid-level budget productions are going to opt in to use these AI tools because it's cheaper and they don't have as much money as these big productions. Anyone who is a specialist but is not at the highest level in the industry is likely going to get replaced eventually. This is just the truth. This is just the truth, bro. Don't get mad at me. I am just the messenger. Big budget projects are going to continue being done as they are now. Obviously, there will be AI tools that are implemented to enhance workflows and, enhance the process. Only the best of the best at the highest level are going to continue getting to work at, in their industry, at what they do. But think about it. It's like, take Michael Bay, for example. He has massive budgets where he can blow up cars and, light shit on fire. Why does Michael Bay opt in for practical effects, like special effects, rather than visual effects? I mean, obviously he has like VFX artists like on his team and whatever. He does this because doing things in real life, these live, explosions and everything are better than any VFX explosion could ever look because it's real. But not everyone has budgets like Michael Bay. Everyone below that level is going to opt in for these cheaper methods. You see what I'm saying? So the most elite VFX artists, the most elite colorists, the most elite sound designers, they will stick around because there will always be money to give them. But at least in the near future, the game is going to completely change for, everyone at these lower budgets or these mid-level budgets. By the way, guys, if you don't know the difference between special effects and visual effects, special effects are done practically, like actually on set. Visual effects are done in post. So yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I learned in film school. So I just saved you 50 grand. You're welcome. So now that we talked about filmmakers, what does this mean for videographers? Well, given videographers capture real-time events, I think it's safe to say that we're probably chilling for a while, at least until, there's robot cam ops who can walk around events and, do better than you can. But I don't think that is, that close. If you're more of a videographer, good for you, because we'll get to utilize these AI tools to enhance our workflows and likely not get wiped out completely quite yet. So you can almost break this down into like fiction versus nonfiction. Not really, but hear me out. For example, if you're wondering, if you will be affected by this, I think you can just ask yourself, does the thing that I am filming need to be a 100% true, authentic representation of what I am presenting? Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so moving on to specific jobs and niches and industries that will be replaced or at least affected. I'm just gonna like rattle these off. So product commercials, like these macro shots of beer hitting a cup and like all that stuff. Car commercials, just look at the types of videos that Sora can make for, car commercials already. Stock footage. This is a big one. Why would someone download your stock footage when they can just prompt AI to give them exactly what they're looking for? I just don't see how this is not the end for stock footage. Like, I just don't. I really just don't. Not yet, but soon. Bro, real estate. Eventually, a real estate agent will just take a photo of their kitchen, feed it to AI. AI is gonna take the photos, use them as reference frames, and before you know, it's gonna spit out an FPV drone fly-through shot through this entire house. Like, actually, I don't think this is that far away. Like, look at how fast Sora has progressed in just 1 year. It's ridiculous, bro. It's actually ridiculous. But still, real estate is kind of, half and half. It's kind of on the, like the borderline of, does this need to be displayed in the most, 100% true, authentic way? So I don't know about that, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe real estate agents won't want, like AI generated stuff because it isn't showing a 100% authentic image of, their house. But you can already manipulate that with like, focal lengths and lighting and depth and all of that stuff. So it's like, I would be inclined to say that real estate videography is on the way out very soon. I can totally see assistant editors being wiped out, eventually editors being wiped out, VFX artists, sound designers, set designers, because everything's gonna be virtual production, shot in studios. I just don't see how this is not going to take over and take a lot of jobs. I just don't. I just really don't. I'm sure there's plenty of more jobs, but hopefully you get the point. I don't really want to just like keep rattling them off. You can think for yourself, Hello? Yes. Can I call you later? I'm shooting a video right now.
Sorry.
So now let's get into the good stuff. What should you do in an industry that is inevitably going to be affected by AI? I think the absolute best, most important thing you can do right now in order to save your job and save your career is by becoming a generalist and not a specialist. I'm talking about becoming a creator, a visionary, a storyteller, a director. I'm not like literally talking about like the job of being a director, but you see what I'm saying? Like thinking bigger picture. And this is all like really more applying for like filmmakers, not necessarily event videographers, becoming a generalist, so not being a specialist. Guys, a lot of specialists are going to be replaced. And this is not just in the filmmaking videography industry. This is in every single industry on the planet, bro. The specialist is going to be replaced. This is such a big topic that no one is talking about. If you are a specialist, you are eventually going to be replaced. AI is replacing the specialist and the technician. AI is not replacing the generalist. AI will only be a tool for the generalist to use. Now, my next video is probably going to be becoming a generalist versus a specialist, because I can go way more into depth on this topic, and I think it's super important, not only for the filmmaking and videography industry, but like I said, every industry literally ever. So yeah, look out for that. The specialist will be replaced. The generalist will not. And bro, I used to think the complete opposite about all of this. I used to buy in heavy to the, a jack of all trades is a master of none ideology, which now in a world of AI, bro, I don't care if I'm a master of none. If I'm halfway decent at everything, bro, I'm gonna know that I'm not gonna be replaced. If you're a specialist and your specific job gets wiped out by AI, you cannot take all of the knowledge that you have and pivot into a different industry and expect everything to be good. Whereas if you're a generalist and one thing gets wiped out, boom, you can pivot, you're good. You have all these other skills within your skill set. Hopefully that made sense. This is kind of like a summary of what I'm gonna talk about in my generalist versus specialist video, because that video is gonna be fire. If after listening to everything that I'm saying, if you still are thinking, like, bro, I don't wanna be a generalist, I wanna be a specialist, like I just enjoy it more, that's fine. Just understand that you are going to have to get to the top 1% in your industry. You're gonna have to be working with Michael Bay to stay alive and keep your job. If you want to get there and you think you can get to that level, which, I'm sure you can, you're still going to have to deal with the fact that you're going to have like this cloud of doom hanging over your head all the time with the thought of, will AI take my specialty job? What happens if it does? Then I'm homeless. then I'm homeless, in 10 years time, I'd rather not be tossing and turning in my sleep because I'm having nightmares about robots taking my job and showing up to work, having to absolutely ball out, regardless of a robot being able to pretty much do what I can do in a fraction of the time. You get what I'm saying? So guys, let's stop the cap. Let's stop lying to ourselves and accept what's going on. I was in denial about this for a long time, and now that I've actually come to terms with it, I honestly just feel way better about the future, and I know what I need to do to adapt to stay relevant. Trust me, I understand, this sucks. A lot of it is not good news, it sucks. And honestly, bro, it's exciting. Some of this stuff is really exciting. It's gonna change a lot, and it's just, which side are you gonna be on? Which side are you gonna pick? I would listen to what I'm talking about. I would do your research on this. I would pay attention to it. I would stay updated with it, because, if you don't, bro, you're gonna be cooked. You will be cooked. But it's fine, because me and all the homies over here are going to adapt and stay relevant, and we're gonna be good. So like I said, I would just prefer to adapt now, become a generalist, diversify my skill set, and be good, and utilize these AI tools. Now, all this to be said, VFX artists, for example, I'm sure there's going to be the VFX artist will probably turn into an AI technician for VFX, you know what I'm saying? Where you're just typing in prompts. So even at that point, it's changing the game so much and changing the job. It's bro, you're just gonna be prompting AI all day, So my final thoughts, this is the worst that AI will ever be. This is the worst that Sora will ever be. Tomorrow it will be better, and the following day it will be even better. From what it looks like to me, Sora and AI video creation is, getting better at an exponential rate. I don't know if that's true. That's just what it looks like to me, bro. Don't comment bro, AI is not exponential. Well, this will be interesting.
Do you know the speed limit on Scottsdale Road?
45?
40.
40? It was 40 was going? Yeah, bro, now I'm just pissed off. Just look at history also. When the digital camera came out, for example, it basically wiped out, the old school photographers, the film photographers or whatever. And I'm pretty sure they were charging $5,000 to $10,000 day rates, bro. And then the digital camera came out. People started buying these DSLRs, and boom, like they were gone. They were wiped instantly. And there's plenty more examples. Like you can look back, you know, at like people in factories before robots and all of that stuff. But now it's just on a different level with different types of work. So yeah, try Sora. It's different than just listening to me. It'll hit you hard when you actually do it yourself. You know, robot DPs may eventually be a thing, and accept reality, you know?
Here's your stuff back.
Thanks.
So you're getting a citation today just for the speed? Other than that, you have any other questions?
No, that's it.
You're good to go.
Yeah, thanks. Well, that's an interesting way to end this video, but I've had this car for about a month, and I've gotten 2 speeding tickets. But yeah, try Sora. It's different than just listening to me talk about this. Once you do it for yourself, you're gonna be like, bro, it just, you know, the dots will start to connect. And accept reality. Like this is, you know, we need to accept this reality. Yeah, bro, like accept the reality. But guys, this is exciting. We're gonna be able to pull things off that only big time productions can pull off because they have so much money. There's a lot of upside. There will be a lot of new types of jobs. It's just a matter of accepting the reality of the situation and adapting and moving in a way that keeps you relevant. And I think the biggest way to do that is by becoming a generalist and keeping up to date with these AI tools. So watch out for my video on generalist versus specialist. I'm gonna try to make that next. Honestly, I was thinking about just like filming it now, but I'm pissed off and wanna go home now. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. I hope you got something out of it. Go follow my Instagram at justin.james. Justin has 2 N's. And yeah, peace.